The Golden Throne. Warhammer 40k lore. In the grim darkness of the far future, the Imperium of Man teeters on the very brink of total annihilation. There is no other single relic in all of the Imperium that is of more importance to the survival of humanity than the Golden Throne. This colossal structure, a monument to the desperate struggles of humanity against the encroaching darkness, stands as both a symbol of hope and of sacrificial horror. A forgotten remnant of the dark age of technology, the core of what would later be known as the Golden Throne was rediscovered in the 30th millennium during the Unification Wars on Terra. It was buried deep within sunken ruins in Asia that the Emperor unearthed this relic of a bygone era. Moved to the Imperial Palace, specifically the Emperor's laboratory known as the Imperial Dungeon, the Golden Throne took on its formidable form. It has the appearance of a substantial chair, crafted from a lustrous golden alloy, suspended above colossal mechanized doors. It's said that the doors are so huge that even a Warhound-class Scout Titan can pass through them without bending down. The Emperor intended to use the device as a potent psychic amplifier and, in his far-reaching wisdom, sought to establish a portal connecting Terra to the vast galaxy-spanning network of the Webway. This would have revolutionized interstellar travel, rendering the perilous traversing of the warp in void ships obsolete. In the Emperor's vision for mankind, connecting all of the scattered worlds of humanity through the Webway would usher in an era of unprecedented unity. Moreover, the Imperium's reliance on psychers, from navigators to astropaths, would also become a thing of the past. The Emperor envisioned a realm where the human population could be screened using Oculum test stations devised by the Emperor himself that would identify latent psychic genes within the populace. Then, with genetic correction, the psyker mutation could be completely eradicated from humanity. This revolutionary step would shield humanity from the dangers of demonic possession and significantly curtail Chaos's ability to corrupt and use humans as pawns in their great game. Alternatively, if evolution led humanity down the path of becoming a fully psychic species like the Eldari, it could do so from within the Webway, which was shielded from the malevolent entities of the Immaterium. Either way, the Golden Throne and the unlocked Webway represented humanity's greatest hope of saving itself from the corrupting influences of the ruinous powers. But sadly, it was not to be. With the tragic events of the Horus Heresy, the Golden Throne's destiny took a darker turn. The War Master Horus, once the Emperor's most trusted son, was corrupted by the influence of chaos and betrayed his father. He led a rebellion that shook the very foundations of the Imperium, with a conflict fought on an unimaginable scale. Magnus the Red was manipulated by the forces of chaos to breach the seals on the section of Webway the Emperor was constructing and enabled demons from the warp to surge inside. The Legio Custodes and Sisters of Silence engaged in an intense battle inside the unfinished Imperial Webway to prevent those demons from reaching the portal and breaching Terra itself. But after enduring countless solar days of relentless and bloody conflict against unending numbers of demons, the defenders were forced to retreat. They moved back to within view of the Golden Throne, where the psychic aura of the Emperor manifested as a blinding light. The demons couldn't approach the dazzling radiance and were held at bay. The Emperor's light granted the defenders enough relief for many to pass through the portal and withdraw into the Imperial Palace. But the Emperor had to remain where he was on the Golden Throne, the only thing holding back the endless multitude of demonic invaders. As Horus and his traitor forces began their final assault on Terra, the Emperor made a decision with profound ramifications. The Emperor had Malcador the Sigillite take his place on the Golden Throne while he confronted Horus personally. Malcador knew what this would mean, but ever loyal, he ascended the Golden Throne anyway. Though he was a powerful psyker, Malcador was still only human. The task of keeping the demons at bay had been daunting even for the Emperor, and for Malcador it proved overwhelming, consuming him body and soul in a matter of only solar hours. During their final battle, the Emperor slew the arch-traitor Horus, but was severely injured. The wounded and unconscious form of the Emperor was brought back to the Golden Throne, and Malcador was detached from its mechanisms. Despite his suffering, Malcador demonstrated one last act of loyalty and love for the Emperor. He gathered the remnants of his fading power and used it to nourish the Emperor, ensuring his master's survival. Then the last glimmer of life faded from Malcador, and his remains scattered as dust across the stone floor. Malcador's ultimate sacrifice briefly roused the Emperor from his coma, allowing him to impart final orders to his servants, as the tech priests modified the esoteric technology to sustain the Emperor's crippled life functions indefinitely. Then he fell silent, entombed in the modified life support systems of the Golden Throne for the next 10,000 years. From the Golden Throne, the Emperor holds back the demonic hordes that still seek to overrun Terra, and maintains the psychic beacon known as the Astronomicon, a shining star in the immaterium by which void ships navigate the turbulent currents of the warp. To maintain his strength, psychers are gathered from all across the Imperium and brought to Terra aboard the black ships of the Adeptus Astra Telepathica. Crewed by personnel of the Inquisition and the Sisters of Silence, and independent of the Imperial Navy, the black ships harvest psychers from the worlds they visit as part of the Imperial Tithe. These psychers will either be trained to become sanctioned psychers or serve the Imperium in a more grim capacity. For each and every day, 1,000 psychers are sacrificed to the Emperor. Their souls and psychic energies are consumed to maintain his strength. But it may not be enough, for the Golden Throne is failing, and the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus lack the knowledge to repair its ancient arcane technologies. Unless action is taken, and soon, the life support systems of the Golden Throne will break down, and the Emperor of mankind will die. Without his divine illumination, the Astronomicon will vanish, and a demonic host will consume Terra. And after Holy Terra has fallen, the rest of the Imperium won't be far behind.
I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give a like and subscribe to become a part of our ever-growing Imperium of subscribers.